All right, so today I'm going to be talking about Fargo. Or let's talk about Severance. Let's talk about Fargo first. So, there has 5 seasons. Let's start with season one. So, season one, I watched the trailer, and the trailer was not a proper depiction of what the series was actually going to be about. Like, the trailer was giving energy like it was going to be a funny show. So I was like, I don't know. When I went to the YouTube comments on the thriller, everyone was like, why is this trailer like this? Oh, I said that wrong just there. The trailer was actually depicting that the series was going to be funny, but it's not funny. It's actually very not funny. Anyways, and the comments on the thriller on YouTube when I had watched it, everyone in the comments was basically saying like, this is not a proper depiction. This is not even the same vibe as the show. And I was like, do I want to watch it? I don't know. All right then. I thought I'll watch it. Season one does not start off slow at all, right? So it's about this guy, and he's short, and it's based in Minnesota. This show is the only thing I know about Minnesota, the only thing I know about Minnesota. So he is a insurance sales agent. He has a wife. Okay. So I'm not actually like giving an overview. Like I'm going to actually like talk about the show. Like, yeah, this is a full like spoiler, everything. All right then. So I forget what the guy named because I'm forgetting the name of characters and stuff. This guy is an insurance sales agent, and he has a wife, and the wife is always comparing him to, I think it's his brother. No. Comparing him to her sister's. Was that daughter his brother? I think he was his brother. Were they brothers? I think they were. What, bro? It's either they were brothers or the lady had a sister, and it was her husband that she kept. No. They were brothers. She stayed comparing her husband to him. And he was sucking it up. He was like, all right, I'll take it. I mean, he wasn't smiling, but he was, subtle with it. He wasn't getting angry, but he was like, look, he likes, please stop. So he goes to work one day, and when he went to work, and there was the guy who was like always picking on him and stuff, and he picked on him bullied him in the past, and it's not that he's actively bullying him now, but him come and he saw him leaving work one day or something like that, and he started with the antics. And he had his 2 sons. They're all tall. And this guy, he's very short. He's a short guy. So they started bullying him. He freaks out, tries to runs into a glass window. They're like, oh, what? You scared? And they fake punch him, right? They fake punch him. And he overreacts. He's like, oh, jump back, runs into a window. Like, bruh, like, runs into a window and breaks his nose, ends up at the hospital, and the show begins. And the show begins, bro. So he goes to the hospital. And the guy, there's a guy there. They're both in the waiting room. There's a guy sitting close to him. They spark up a conversation. Well, they didn't really spark up a conversation. The guy kind of came. What was this guy's name? I forgot I'll be forgetting everybody's name. Forgot what that guy's name was, but he sparks up a conversation with him. And he's like, who did that? How do you know get broken? And he was like, oh, I slipped and I fell, or he lied. Then he ended up telling him yeah, it's actually a guy, he came to me and, we have a bad history, I don't think he didn't admit that he was bullied, but he was saying he came to me, was talking about how him used to fool around with my wife back in high school and how she's, no good because he's had her and everyone else has had her. He was going on about that. And he was like, you gonna make a man really talk to you like that? And he was like, you know what? It's just words. And he was like, but you really gonna make a man talk to you like that? Let me ask you a question. Do you want him gone? And so the guy was like, what? What do you mean? And he was like, do you want him gone? He's like, same time, the nurse come and she's like, sir, we're ready for you in the doctor's office now. And he was like, oh. And then essentially what happened was he left the guy in the waiting room without saying no, I wouldn't want anything to happen to him, right? He didn't say no, he just didn't answer. So then he goes home, right? Main character guy goes home. And I think he goes to work. So, I don't know, sometime passing go work. And what happened? He sees the guy, right? The guy from the hospital. He sees him at a hotel. But he doesn't say anything. He just hurry up and go work. So he goes to work and because he's an insurance agent, Sam, the guy's name is Sam Hayes. So Sam Hayes is the bully. He gets his paperwork on his desk saying the wife of Sam Hayes needs to get the insurance policy filled because Sam Hayes is dead. He's like, is this dude really dead? So, I don't know how, but he finds the guy from the hospital at a diner. And him go up to him and him ask him, did you do it? Like, did you really do that? You did it? Are you the one who did it? And I don't think the guy answered, but you can infer this guy killed this dude. Because I forgot, like, shortly after they had left the hospital, the guy from the hospital, and I forgot how the show even started. The show started with the guy from the hospital. Oh gosh, should I give this guy a name? I really don't remember his name. Let's call him Mark. All right, so Mark, that's the guy from the hospital. It started with Mark driving a car. And when he was driving the car, he crashed. I think he hit into a deer. The car slid off the road. And then while he's like knocked out, droopy in the front driver's seat, somebody pops the trunk. A guy pops the trunk and runs out naked, start running. Police pull up and find the naked guy dead by a tree. But this guy went to the hospital because he hit his head and kind of split it on the steering wheel. So that's how he ended up at the hospital, just like how the main character, let's call him what? Leon? Let's call him Leon. That's how Leon ended up. Bro, I don't want to like. I kind of want to Google like what they're named. All right, let me Google what they're named and see. Okay. So it was Lester. Lester is the main character, and I'm gonna just call the other guy Malvo. His first name I don't really like it, so I'm gonna just call him Malvo because that's his last name. So, yes, Lester is the regular guy with the wife that don't really like him, and Malvo is this guy now who crashed the car and ends up in the hospital talking about, would you want him dead? Would you want it done? That's Malvo, right? So that's how Malvo ended up at the hospital. So shortly after Malvo had went to the hospital, he had went and gone to Sam Hesse's workplace because Sam Hesse is a business owner and his business is linked to a drug institution. Drugs are illegal, so yeah, he's linked to them. So he has some bad people surrounding him, right? So he pulls up to Sam Hesse's workplace asking, oh, where's Sam Hesse? The guy says, you're speaking to Sam Hesse. You have something, what's up? But he's not friendly. Like Sam Hesse is not a friendly guy, He's, him give like that. I don't know what kind of vibe. I don't really know. I don't want to be vulgar, too vulgar. So he's like, let me see. What did he say? What are you looking for me for? Why are you looking for me? And then Malvo is like, oh, I just wanted to see your face. Then he leaves, right? So then no, y'all are cut up. Like, I don't even know, like, would this be interesting to someone who has already watched the show? Like, I don't know. I just like to recap it. I like to just continue. So, alrighty, boom. So, Dode goes home, right? I forgot what happened, but yeah. So, remember, just keep in mind that Lester, remember, he had driven past the hotel and he had saw Malvo in there, so he knows where he's staying at. All right, that's context. So boom, he goes home now. Lester is home, and he was feeling good about himself, right? He was feeling really good about himself because I forgot what had happened, but no, yeah. He was feeling really good about himself because the day he had spoken to Malvo in the hospital, it was like, no. It was when he had asked him, like, did you kill him? And, he was inconspicuous about it, but, he can infer. He had given Lester this talk where he was like, you're going to be a wolf, you're going to stay gay. Or was that in the hospital? I don't remember. It don't matter. He had given him this talk about, don't be a wolf. Don't get beat down. You need to stand up for yourself. Stop making people push you around. Right? So he goes home. He's feeling like a man. He's feeling manlier than a man that He's feeling manly than he's ever been before, right? So they had this rinky in his house. Him and his wife had this rinky-dinky washing machine that was always slamming against the wall, right? And so he goes home and he fixes it, right? His wife comes downstairs the night now, same night while he was down there fixing it. As he's getting up now, she come down the stairs and she's like, oh, what's going on? What you do? He's like, oh, I fixed it. Pissed off. She's like, you fixed it. You didn't fix anything. And she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I did fix it. So she goes now, or he goes now, and they go to press start. And it's running. I'm like, oh my gosh, Lester. Oh my God, congratulations. She gonna start respecting you. And then all you start here is bang, 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 bang. And it just start going bad again. And she starts going in on him. And she's like, you could have nothing. I wish you were like your brother. She was an awful wife. Like, she was just ridiculing, emasculating this man. She was bringing up every insecurity him or any man could possibly have. And then you just kind of see him start zoning out. He starts zoning out. And then the next thing you know, him just goes so, bah! The hammer he was using to fix the washing machine, this guy caught her. He hit her straight across the head, right? Then dude doesn't stop there. He goes, bah, 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 right? Now he's freaking out. Clarity. Post clarity. He's like, what did I just do? What did I just do? He's freaking out. He is freaking out. What does he do? What does Lester do? He calls Marvel. So he calls Marvel. He's like, everything went bad. I don't know what happened. I needed to come. Please come to me. Please help me. I don't know what to do. I slapped her. I hit her with the hammer. She's dead. Please help me. Marvel is like, okay, where you live? He tells him where he lives at. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so he tells him where he lives at, and then Marvel is like, all right, then I'm on the way. Yo, then Lester does the crazy. All right, let me not even say that. He goes to get the shotgun, right? I think they have a shotgun in the house. So he goes to get the shotgun and he starts pacing back and forth upstairs, right? And then he starts saying, why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? That's my wife. Why are you breaking into her house? What are you doing? And then, you start realizing, like, okay, so you're planning to frame this guy? So when Marvel pulls up, you're planning to frame him for killing your wife and then kill him so that he can't defend himself, right? So next thing you know, he goes and he's going to go hide the rifle. So when Marvel pulls up, Marvel doesn't know a rifle is in the house. So Marvel had came. Did Marvel? No, Marvel hadn't come yet. The heck had happened? How did that play out? Yeah, Marvel didn't come yet, but he got a knock at his front door, right? And the reason he got a knock at his front door was because a cop had showed up. Like, you see, this, oh my gosh. All right, then. So the cop had showed up at the front door and